The myth of the creation of man in selected mythological traditions. 1. Greek mythology deities, Prometheus, Titan, and the Olympian gods. Narrative: the first beings, the Kronids, were originally inept and lacked fire. Prometheus stole fire from Olympus and gave it to humans, which made them alive and capable of reason and civilization. Symbolism: fire as a gift of knowledge, technology, and culture, man as a bridge between divinity and nature. 2. Norse mythology deities, Odr, the first man, Ask and Embla, the first couple. Narrative: three gods, Odin, Vili and Ve, found two pieces of wood, ash and birch, and gave them life, breath and reason. They created the first humans to inhabit Midgard and worship the gods. Symbolism: man as the tree of life, a combination of earth, matter, and heaven, breath, thought. 3. Hindu Vedic mythology deities, Brahma, creator, Prajapati, or various versions in the Puranas. Narrative: Brahma created man from his own body or from the primordial mass of matter, Prithvi. In one version, humans were created from 4 parts of Brahma's body: the head, arms, legs and heart, symbolizing different aspects of human existence. Symbolism: man as a microcosm of the universe, a reflection of the divine structure. For Chinese mythology, the myth of Pangu and Nuwa deities, Pangu, the first cosmic giant, and Nuwa, the goddess who created humans. Narrative: after Pangu separated heaven from earth, Nuwa formed humans from yellow mud and then from clay, breathing life into them. Some myths say that she first created one couple and then multiplied them by dripping clay. Symbolism: humans as the work of earth, matter, and heaven, breath, emphasizing the yin-yang balance. 5. African mythology, E.G. The genocide of the Yoruba people, the deities, Olodumare, supreme god, and Orunmila, god of wisdom. Narrative: Olodumare created humans from clay, and Orunmila gave them a spirit, Emi. Humans had 2 parts, a body, made of clay, and a soul, made of fire. Symbolism: dualism of body and spirit, emphasizing the role of wisdom and destiny in human life. 6. Native American mythology, E.G. Hopi myth, deities, Tawa, sun god, and Kachinas, spirits. Narrative: humans were created from clay by Tawa and then brought to life by the breath of the wind. Some versions speak of several eras, worlds, in which humans were created, fell and were reborn. Symbolism: the cycle of life, rebirth and connection with nature, humans as part of a larger spiritual ecosystem. 7. Egyptian mythology deities, Atum, Ta, Ra, and the goddess Isis. Story: according to one version, Atum emerged from the primordial chaos, none, on his own and, through an autosexual act, brought the first deities into being. Ta, the god of crafts, later formed man from clay, uttering the words of creation, singing the formula of life. Another version attributes to Isis the creation of the first couple, Adam and Eve, from the earth, and then breathing the breath of life into them. Symbolism: the clay mass emphasizes man's connection with the Nile and arable land. Ta's wordspell indicates the power of language and ritual in giving life. 8. Sumerian, Mesopotamian mythology deities, Enki, god of water and wisdom, and Ninhursag, goddess of the earth. Story: Enki, while working in the Garden of the Gods, accidentally spilled some clay, from which he formed the first humans, Enkidu, and later Adam. Ninhursag gave them breath and consciousness. The purpose of creation was to relieve the gods of the hard work of cultivating the land. Humans were to become their servants. Symbolism: the work of water and clay reflects everyday life on the Tigris and Euphrates. Man as an assistant to the gods emphasizes the hierarchical order of the cosmos. 3.9. Japanese mythology, Shinto deities, Izanagi and Izanami, as well as the goddess Amaterasu. Story: after creating the islands of Japan, Izanagi and Izanami underwent a purification ritual, misogi, and their tears and sweat gave rise to the first human beings. Some versions say that their descendants, the gods, shed blood on the ground, from which humans grew. Symbolism: tears and sweat as the source of life emphasize purity and spiritual unity with nature. Humans are seen as part of a continuous process of renewal and purification. 10. Mayan mythology deities, Kukulkan, the feathered serpent, Huracan, the storm god, and the goddess Ixchel. Story: according to the Popol Vuh, the gods originally created humans from clay, but they were weak and died quickly. They then tried wood, humans lived, but had no soul. Finally, the gods used corn and maize, and blood to form durable humans who could worship them in rituals. Symbolism, corn as the basis of food and life, and at the same time as a metaphor for spiritual nourishment, man as a combination of matter, corn, and blood, soul. 11. Celtic Irish mythology deities, Dagda, good god, and Morrigan, goddess of fate. Story, Dagda, holding a large pot in his hand, poured a mixture of clay, water, and fire onto the ground. From this substance, the first human couple was born, Eve and Adam, although in the Celtic version their names were different, E.G., Muirgen, and Finn. Morrigan later gave them the ability to choose and free will, making them capable of fighting and poetry. Symbolism, the pot as a symbol of hospitality and abundance, the combination of the four elements emphasizes the holistic nature of man in Celtic culture. 12. Aboriginal mythology, Australia, Dreamtime deities, ancestral spirits, Drywi, Wadi, etc. Story, during the Dreamtime, the spirits of the past roamed the desert, leaving behind traces that turned into humans. Each person is therefore an imprint of one of the spirits, carrying within them a fragment of their power and history. Symbolism, people as living maps of the landscape, connection to the land and ancestors is central to identity and law. 13. Slavic myth, in the oldest Slavic traditions, e.g. in The Tale of the Creation of the World, and in chronicles such as The Word on the Origin and Formation of Rus. God the Creator, often referred to as Rod, Swyatoit, or simply Bog, creates humans from clay or dust, and then breathes life into them, Slavic Dusa. The first couple, the most commonly mentioned are Lada female, and Lada male, or Velis and Mokosh in some versions. They are placed in a garden called Paradise, sometimes identified with the Seven Mountains, where they were to live in harmony with nature. The role of fire and water, in some legends. God first lights a fire and then brings water from springs to combine these two elements. This is how life-giving blood and breath are created, which fill the clay forms. Purpose of creation, humans are to serve as guardians of nature and keepers of fire, as well as participants in sacrificial rituals that ensure balance between the human world and the spirit world, e.g. House spirits, house guardians. Symbolism, clay emphasizes a strong connection to the earth. And agriculture, while breath and fire symbolize spiritual energy and the ability to engage in creative activities, e.g., blacksmithing, baking bread. This Slavic myth, like many others, combines a material element, clay/earth, with an immaterial one, breath, soul, and emphasizes the role of humans as intermediaries between the natural world and the divine world.